My boyfriend sold my dog and replaced him with a lookalike. The beep of the microchip scanner was the loudest sound in the small examination room. It was a high-pitched, digital shriek that sliced through the heavy silence between me and the vet. I was holding the dog's head, my hands trembling so violently that his collar jingled like a set of nervous wind chimes. I was waiting for Dr. Evans to tell me I was paranoid. I was waiting for her to tell me that jet lag had scrambled my brain, that dogs sometimes act weird when their owners leave them for 3 days, and that the animal shivering on the metal table was, in fact, my soulmate. Instead, Dr. Evans looked up at the screen, then back at me. Her face wasn't reassuring. It was pale. She adjusted her glasses and tapped the scanner again, running it over the dog's shoulder blades one more time. Beep. Jessica, she said, her voice dropping to a whisper. This chip number, it doesn't match Barnaby's file. The room spun. I had to grip the edge of the table to keep my knees from buckling. What do you mean? I choked out. The chip moved? It migrated? No, she shook her head slowly. I mean this chip belongs to a breeder in Ohio. The registration date is from 3 days ago. Jessica, this isn't Barnaby. I looked down at the French bulldog on the table. He had the same pied coloring, black patches on white. He had the same bad ears. But looking into his eyes, I saw nothing. No recognition. No spark. Just fear and confusion. I wasn't holding my dog. I was holding a stranger. And that meant my boyfriend, the man I shared a bed with, the man I trusted with the only living thing I loved more than life itself, had done something so twisted I couldn't even process the geometry of the betrayal. I felt the heat rising in my neck, a physical wave of nausea and rage that blurred my vision. I didn't scream. Not yet. I just picked up the imposter dog, walked out to my car, and drove home to burn my life to the ground. It started 48 hours ago. I'm a consultant, which means I live out of a suitcase half the month. Usually, I board Barnaby at a high-end pet hotel because he's a Frenchie, and they're high maintenance. They have allergies, they overheat, they need specific food. He cost me $4,000 as a puppy, but over the last 3 years, he's become priceless. He's my shadow. But this time, Ryan insisted on watching him. Babe, he had said, giving me that lopsided grin that used to make me melt. Save the money. We're saving for the wedding, right? I work from home. I can watch him. We need to bond anyway. Ryan and Barnaby had a tolerant relationship. Barnaby tolerated Ryan. Ryan tolerated the snoring. But I wanted to believe it. I wanted to believe Ryan was stepping up. So I agreed. I left a 3-page instruction manual on the fridge, kissed Barnaby on his flat little nose, and flew to Denver for the conference. I texted Ryan every few hours. How is he? Did he eat? Send pics. Ryan sent photos. They were a bit blurry, or just of the dog sleeping, but I didn't think much of it. I was busy. When I got home yesterday afternoon, the apartment smelled weird. Not bad, just different. Like cheap air freshener trying to cover up something muskier. Honey, you're home. Ryan met me at the door. He was sweating. It was 68 degrees in the apartment, but he had pit stains on his gray t-shirt. He hugged me too hard. Where's the potato? I asked, dropping my bags. Usually, Barnaby hears the door and comes drifting around the corner like a bowling ball on legs. He's in the bedroom, Ryan said, blocking my path slightly. He's been acting super weird, Jess. I think he's mad at you. Mad at me? I laughed, pushing past him. Dogs don't hold grudges for 3 days. I walked into the bedroom. The dog was on the bed. Barnaby. I cooed, dropping to my knees. Mama's home. The dog looked up. He didn't wag his nub. He didn't make his signature gremlin noises. He just stared at me, then backed up against the headboard, trembling. Before I tell you what happened next and exactly how I dismantled Ryan's life piece by piece, you need to understand the magnitude of the hole he dug. This wasn't just about a dog. This was about an addiction that had spiraled so far out of control that he saw my heart, my living, breathing companion, as nothing more than a pile of chips. You heard that right. By the time the police officer put the handcuffs on him, I wouldn't just be recovering a pet. I'd be uncovering a web of lies that included a second mortgage I didn't know about and a loan shark named Vinny. But first, I had to survive the morning discovery that turned my suspicion into a crime scene. Click here to watch full video.